But this is the project that I've got going today, and I had mentioned that I'd pruned the apple trees and plum trees, and I want to try to get the apples done. I'm going to do one species at a time so I don't mix stuff up. But I think if you've seen the video that I did of trying to get as much from what you have, and I've cut up the into chunks for green briquettes to sell. And I've done this in the past as well. Use my chipper to chip up the limbs, but because I'm out here secluded, I can't really sell it. But I think I've got a chance this year with the Mosswig flea market reopening, and hopefully I'll be able to add that in with some of the other things. So without further ado, I've got the chipper fired up. It ran one pull, that was great. And actually, why don't I explain this right now? Is what I do is I chip until the bag is full, and then I dump the bag onto the cardboard. And the reason that I dump it on the cardboard is because the chipper and only kind of does it up in like a fibrous thing the first time. So I basically have to do it 3 times. So I'll chip it the first time through here, and it'll go through the impella, and then by putting it onto the cardboard, it can't like make its way into the lawn, and then I just vacuum it up with the vacuum part of and you can see that chute there. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll go through it all one time, pile it up on here as I go. And again, if you've seen any of my videos with smoking meat on my Weber, it's amazing the smoke that puts out, even when it's dry. And of course it's better if it's green like this is, but if it isn't, then it still smokes because it kind of smolders on top of your coals. So let's get at it.
Wow, I just got a burst of energy. If you can't really see what I'm doing there, I'm taking my pruners and cutting off the branches so the larger branch will fit into the chute.
I want to show you a couple of things on how to you could go from either end of the limb.
By spinning the piece of wood in the chute, what that does is it gives the end of the piece of wood a smaller angle to cut with every slice of the blade. I know that appears like the chipper's having a hard time cutting that, but it's not. It's actually the bend of the limb getting through the straight chute, and I'm trying to straighten that limb out and push it down through. And here I am using that technique again. The bag was getting full and it was time to empty. The small sticks you see are the branch tips and scion wood. This will require 2 more passes. Note the vacuum chute is down, and I've spread out the material so the vacuum is not trying to pick up everything all at once.
Really full with all of this in it. I'm going to empty it in here.
Time to get some sleep before work.
After an extended hiatus, working last night and with very little sleep yesterday afternoon, I'm almost finished with my this afternoon's coffee, but I've got everything set up, and we'll dump the chips on here for the final pass through, and then I've already pulled the cord. It's running, so let's do it. We'll get the hearing protection.
You'll probably notice with fewer sticks that it's much easier for the vacuum to pick up all those pieces.
We'll finish this up. You can see I emptied what was in the bag into the trailer. All right, let's go over and look what I got in the trailer. So look at this stuff. And you can see the difference even from what I took and emptied out here just a few minutes ago, how it's darker in color because it's so wet. At least I can see it with my naked eye. This here you can see is darker. This is full of green moisture from these newly cut. Now, before I do a final of this, I'm actually going to take some of this and do a something on the grill, and I'll sprinkle this on the charcoal so you can see what it looks like, and that'll be the end. So I've got the grill set up, and I'm using Cowboy lump charcoal, and the temperature has risen up a little higher than I want. It's about 275, which is probably about 120 degrees Celsius. That's a really quick math on my part. And there's two piles of the shredded apple there. The one that's closest to the bottom is old. It's like 2 years old. And the other one is what I just shredded. And you can tell it's much more bright, vibrant, I would say, in the color of the wood. So I'm going to go down and take the cover off. Now the charcoal is going to smoke anyway. That's the beauty of using charcoal versus propane for cooking. And so I know the camera's not picking up the smoke coming out of there, but there is a tiny bit of smoke coming out, and I'm going to sprinkle one on one side of the grill and one on the other side, and you'll see how I've got it set up. I've got this Weber set up as a to smoke. All right, there should be some smoke coming out. All right, we'll do the dried first. Now this is going to give you quite a quick, because it is dried, it potentially may ignite. And now I'll put the other on. And there are some flames popping up here, and not so much over on this side, although it is a little bit. I put it on afterwards. Now, the simple way to eliminate that is just to cover your grill, and that fire will go right out. And now you look at that smoke just start to billow out. I'll let it collect for a second. And this has a natural way of also keeping the temperature down by smothering out the coals. Now you can see the smoke coming out really well. There's no fire anymore, but this side is definitely more combust than this side. But I'm just going to leave this here. 200 is about 2¼ is where I want it. I'm going to continue to cook this until there's an internal temperature of about 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, I'm not going to, probably 45, 50 degrees Celsius. And then I will get this really hot so I get a sear. I want to basically cook this roast evenly. But this is what you can use this for. You can continue to add it as it burns and smokes down. And so it's a great way to get delicious flavor into whatever you're doing. I'm particularly doing meat here, but you could do vegetables, you could do seafood, whatever you want. And what a great setup with the Weber, because the heat is on the outsides, and it's not directly underneath what you're cooking, and the it's acting like an oven rather than a fire that you have to tend to all the time. You can set it up that way if you wanted to do steaks or burgers that way. You could, but I much prefer to do it this way. And I hope that was helpful, demonstrating how this can be used. So thank you for watching.